I see ESWAN as a playground to take off. And to my activities or to all our activities, it gives us the strength to take off all together.
I think at the moment, especially in Europe, but also worldwide, the momentum is really good. The space weather is recognized and there is a rather good awareness of space weather.
I consider in Europe we have a unique environment because we have many countries. Each country has their own culture, they have their own way of thinking, and they have their own capabilities.
We have the increasing solar cycle, of course, which is driving interest, and we have noticed the increasing interest from some big actors, both nationally and internationally, who are more interested in space weather now than they have been before.
The new solar cycle is coming, and it is forecasted to be more strong than the previous one. However, in any case, even if it was less stronger or at the same extent of the previous one, it doesn't matter, because it's the risk exposed by the modern communities that make space weather and space climate a very important thing. The previous solar cycle was such that at some levels we have lowered the guard at some important level. So we must actively work to start to raise again the importance of space weather and space climate for policymakers and decision makers.
So in Europe there are many excellent local initiatives, but there's lacking a framework to foster further collaboration.
Europe is quite different from any other parts in the world as concerns any field of science, in fact, and all parts of scientific collaboration, and that's especially the case for space weather and space climate, because we have many different components of the whole picture that exists in different parts of the continent. Whereas in the United States, for example, there is one big organization that does basically everything. In Europe, you have small pieces everywhere, and you need something or somebody or some organization to bring it all together into a coherent picture. And that's precisely what we want to do with ESWAN.
We should not relax and give up. We have to do our best to maintain this momentum. And I think it's very important that we maintain the connection both with the user community and also the people who make decisions about how space weather activities are carried out, how they are resourced and how they are funded, so that we can maintain and continue the momentum also to the future.
We have many options and we need to exploit this in the benefit of the community.
And it's in the hand of our community to keep high the attention, to raise more and more the attention. This can be done only if the community is united, and this is exactly the purpose of ESWAN.
It would be good to coordinate a bit better, to create a community, a close community, also to kind of guarantee the continuation of these activities, like the prizes, and we have the journal, we have the meetings, and so I think that would be good to have some guarantee to kind of intensify the collaboration and these different initiatives, and maybe take even more initiatives, and to guarantee on a longer time scale the continuation of these. And that I think ESWAN would be very important for.
I learned about ESWAN when I joined the program committee of the European Space Weather Week, which was this year, and I started to get involved, and I understand that ESWAN is now taking on in particular the duty of organizing the European Space Weather Week, but also the journal, the related journal. It's an overarching institutional association that is actually needed in order to coordinate.
ESWAN can be beneficial for activities any person who is involved in space weather and space climate. First of all, it's kind of a networking hub, so if you want to find somebody you want to collaborate with, ESWAN is perfect for that. Also, we are all doing different aspects of space weather. Some of us are solar physicists, some of us are, engineers who are building spacecrafts. Some of us are users of space weather forecasts. ESWAN is a thing which can connect us all. So it's really important that you have a place or a group of people that can connect others. Also, it's a place where you can get relevant information. And finally, you know, we all need money for our research, for forecasts, for basically anything that you do. And if you are a part of some network which has a certain prestige, and we hope that E-SWAN will become this very soon, this can help you get money from governments or companies and so on.
During the pandemic emergency, I was invited to participate in the so-called Quo Vadis initiative that led to the constitution of E-SWAN. I strongly feel that now it's the right time to frame the space weather and space climate community to keep working together.
I wanted to contribute because I've always felt that space weather is a bit too fragmented across Europe. Space climate gets forgotten about quite a lot, so it's nice to have it including both in its name, and hopefully that will remain in perpetuity. And it was just nice to get together with a bunch of really good colleagues, some of whom I never knew before, some I got to know really well, some I'd already known for many years. And it was a good set of debates. We had many interactions, and eventually we came to a somewhat consensus or compromise and agreed on how we make the final approach for E-SWAN. And that was a very nice end result.
I really believe in international cooperation and cooperation of many different fields of research and development. So the E-SWAN kind of initiative was really what I was missing previously, because there were a lot of operational activities going, and for some people it could have been kind of distorted landscape. It was hard to orient at, so I really found that we can make the community stronger, understanding who is doing what and where we can contribute.
So this organization, in my view, is really an added value. But also here I would think that it is just the start of this organization, and the duties will grow with time, and there will be probably more activities or more responsibility for E-SWAN in the future. And that might also include at the end the international context. So somebody needs also to represent Europe on a global scale or international context. And that's of course also a lot of work.
I think, as I said, E-SWAN is a fantastic new entity to help to bring the whole European space weather community together and foster the collaboration which we have already doing, but there is always room to improve.
We need E-SWAN in Europe because the European Commission is not good at handling space weather and space climate. The European Space Agency is very good, but it is about space, and space weather and space climate is not only about space. So there is a need for E-SWAN, so be ambitious, very ambitious. The second message would be respectful of each other. And the third message would be work for peace, because this is what we do over all our culture. All our cultures, we are working for peace.
So E-SWAN, thanks for opening the scientific knowledge to all space community, all potential users like me. I think that using scientific results will help one day to avoid subtle failure, to better manage interruption affecting space-based services, and also improve awareness of operators of ground infrastructures that could be impacted by space weather as well.
Yes, I very much welcome the formation of this new association, and I hope that we can work fruitfully together in the future in order to solve all of these challenges together and not just separately.
E-SWAN is pioneering a unique way of thinking and acting in space weather and space climate. So whenever you are in the world, please come and join us and participate.
Everybody is welcome, everybody can really contribute very much. And it's actually important that many different people contribute because it's a bottom-up approach. I really believe that what is going on these days in Europe, it's important also to reflect in many such areas, like also space weather and space climate.